Right, it's amigaoldskool back with another video, and this time I'm going to do a VR to Alan Stewart, Mamemeister. So a link to Alan's channel in the description. So he's asking 5 questions, so I'm going to kick things off with the first one. So what's your favourite game media? So I'm reading off the list that I'm going to say. As I said, what's your favourite game media? He's gave me a little list. So it's a floppy disk, cartridges, cassettes, CD-ROMs, CDs and digital downloads. But he never mentioned hard drives, which I'm going to throw in there. I'm not going to use it, but I'm just going to mention it because, like, especially with me with 1200s, the Amiga 1200, you got to have, with what I was doing at the time, you know, 14, 15 playing modules, demos, etc. You needed a hard drive, and it's a form of media. So, and also a PC. If you ain't got a hard drive in your PC, it don't even boot. So it is a form of media. So I don't know if anyone's touched on that, but so I know a couple of people's done a VR, but I've only just sort of watched the first couple of minutes. That would lead on to the next question. That will, well, later on. So I'm going to pick 2. I'm going to pick, because it's a battle between both of them, and of course it's a floppy disk and the cassette tape. The cartridge was really good, but it didn't have the piracy in there. It was good for like lending games out at school, you know, but you had to give it back, or you rent it at Blockbusters or video shop or something or another. But you had to give it back all the time, or you just bought it. But like they were like 40, 50 quid, weren't they? They were. I'm talking Master System era, 35, 40 quid I should imagine for them. But with a cassette tape, the amount it's just looking back now, and it seems like once one person has got a game, you could copy it. But I know having a hi-fi with 2 tape decks wasn't really. They were expensive. They were. I never had one until like I was on the Master System. Yeah, until I was on the Master System. But you know, having 2 tape decks as well, you know, like the Spectrum tape decks, I think what you could do is just plug the ears into the, well, one into the mic, one into the ear, or both, yeah, one into the mic, one to the ear. Play on the other, record on the other, but you have to have 2 decent tape decks. And my mum did a lot of that. She bought the games, but as I said, like my cousin had one, my mate Dave, he had one, or his brother had one. But when he had a game, I sort of was playing it around there, sort of nicked it off him, cycled home, copied it, rung it back without him knowing. So, you know, it was just fond memories of just doing things that you couldn't do with a cartridge. And even a CD today, okay, fine. But with a CD, I remember Steve copied a PS1 game on the Amiga, and it took him 4 to 6 hours to copy it. You know, because the PC CD-ROMs were just, I don't know how much they were, but they were a lot of money, they were. The Amiga ones especially. But yeah, it's just the amount of data. The loading time wasn't that bad, to be fair. I mean, between 4 to 5 minutes, roughly, on a game. And you could probably nip out and get a cup of tea in that time. We're not when you're 5. I mean, we was using the Spectrum when I was about 4. I was learning how to use it. Just learning the load dot was a bit of a thing for me at that age. But as soon as you got the grips of it, as soon as you know how to load a game and you worked out the volume on the cassette tape, and you got all the read errors correct, because I remember you had to adjust the volume, like at the beginning, because you had to have it high. I think it was wheelie, and then when it got halfway through the game on the tape counter, I had to drop the volume a little bit, and it used to load. But you know, it's just fun times getting the games running and everything. And as talking about the floppy disks as well, I mean, the same thing. You know, you just save up and buy like 50 blank disks, about 25 quid. And you could have 50 games at that point. And as long as obviously there was cracks. But, you know, playgrounds, you know, when I was at school, was just like pretty much everybody had an Amiga, one person, and then one person went to a market and got a game. And he come in, he just sold them. Well, not sold them, everyone was copying them. We was all bunging around his house and copying all the games and everything, and it was brilliant, it was. And then I finally got one, and then I was, you know, at it as well. And, you know, it's fantastic, it was. And the amount of data you could put on an Amiga disc, even the Atari ST, I'm not familiar with the ST. But with the Amiga, it was 820, no, it was 840. And if you format it on a special way, you could get 880 out of it as well. So again, you need the GI drive and, you know, workbench and everything all installed. But you could put up to 880 per disc. But that was later on in life. That was. But it was amazing. I'm just gonna skip that one. It's beefy. But yeah, regarding the floppy disks, you know, it's just so much fun with them, and it's probably going to be my favourite. Not so much now, but because I'm going through it, and some of them have got read errors, and it's a good thing, you know, with the internet and everything, you could just sort of throw them back to disk. But there are alternatives, GoTech drives and things like that. But the thing is, though, with GoTechs, they're fine. They're probably the better way to go if you're starting out and you haven't got discs. But again, that's another form of media, isn't it? Still, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to choose the cassette. But I can't battle between them both because I've enjoyed the favourites they are. You know, when you put a cassette tape in, you load ... push play on the tape, and it goes dun, and then the floppy drive on the Amiga, you know, you put it in, you hear the clicks on the drive. You know, it's memories for me. It is this nostalgic, but it ain't all about nostalgic. It's the best medium. But I can see later on in life things are going to go digital. It's happened with Netflix. You've got a Kodi box, you stream online. It's just going to be content, you know, and it solves the piracy as well, I guess. But you know, you've got a JTAG Xbox 360, you can do the same thing with that. You just download the game. And there's even games out for the PS4 and the Xbox One. But obviously you can't put them on because they're not hatched yet. But, you know, in a game, I don't know, I'm confused now, but I'm sticking with the floppy disk and the cassette tape. I can't choose between them. But if you're talking nostalgia, then it's got to be the Amiga because I was a lot older and wiser, and I knew sort of it was just better. But the early days were just fantastic, you know, playing games. There's probably a lot more I can touch on that, but I don't know what the video to go on and on and ramble. So the next one is: do you play online? I mean, to be honest, no. I used to. But it wasn't a great deal because there was always, you know, again, piracy with my 360. There was always a ban wave that come out and you had to upgrade the firmware, or otherwise you get banned off live. So you had to wait to upgrade the firmware to get on live. But what I was playing Forza with a good workmate, Kofi and Roland, two good mates of mine. I was playing Forza 3, Forza 2 was playing online. Even Forza 4 I think we knocked up to. And of course, you know, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, because that's where that franchise died on Modern Warfare 2. Excuse me again. But occasionally, I mean, I've stopped the Xbox 360 online service now. I think I still got 3 months just on the computer or notepad, so I just need a key in and go back on. But I can't see the point because I'm up here. I'm generally more doing what I'm doing up here now than really playing anything modern. If I went next gen, then I probably will be playing a lot more online. I mean, Star Wars Battlefront, I'm dying to play, but it's no campaign, it's just online. So I think the gaming media is just pushing for online. I mean, the 360 version of is it Advanced Call of Duty Advanced? There's no campaign on it. It's just multiplayer. It would do me because like the campaigns they were very samey anyway. But the first game I played was Star Wars Jedi. I've got it just over there. Jedi Knights Republic, the Commonwealth, sorry. And that was brilliant. It was on the PC, and it was the first online game experience I've ever played. And to get on the server and everything, it was like a bit iffy because you've got to join a host, and it was all complicated. But it worked, and it was fantastic. And I thought, yeah, this is the way gaming's going to go, and it has pretty much. I mean, you talk to a 15-year-old, what are you doing tonight? Do you want to play FIFA Online? Or, Pro Evo or COD or something? And it's pretty much, that's what they're going to do, they're just going to sit there. But yeah, I can see definitely that that's where it's going to go. Right, so, as I'll do a normal quick recap, do online game, I used to, as I said, I played a bit of COD here and there, and Left 4 Dead 2 was really good as well. I had a couple of games with that, and a couple of games with one of the Splinter Cell games as well. But it wasn't a great deal because like a couple of my mates, they were working different times, and I was up, and they was going to bed and things, and I had to go to bed early because I had to get up and do things. And they was online when I was online, and then I couldn't go online because of Xbox Live because there was a firmware upgrade, and I couldn't upgrade because there was a hack out that it wasn't hacked yet. So it's all fairies, it does. Right, the next question, number 3. Have you ever written a game? I've done pokes on the spectrum. I don't know if that would be classed as writing a game, but I've interfered with a game. I've tampered with a game. I've done menus on the Amiga, like a boot up menu, so you do like on the start sequence. You edit, you type your menu in, you push 1 to type the game in, you push 2. I mean, Steve done an excellent utility disc. I've probably still got it, but because I've got the hard drive, it's all on the hard drive now, so you just double click on it or use the menu at the top. But, playing around with things, as I got older, I sort of tried to play around and tried to do different things, sort of thing. I've stopped really now, which I regret, but it's always time, which will move on again, that I can start doing things. But when I was at college, I did a business course, and I would say I chaffed a game off a dude. His name was Jamie, and I got strung up by the neck by him because we handed a coursework in, and it was using Pascal, and I don't remember the program too much now, but there was his name at the bottom of the actual program. I forgot to delete it off, and you could edit some of the bits on there as well. And because I handed it in and had his name on it, he saw it before I actually handed it. And then, yeah, as I said, he didn't deck me at all, but he strung me by the neck and he said, don't do everything and like other people's coursework in. He handed it out to people, but he didn't hand it to me. It wasn't like an exam at all, it was just like basic programming sort of thing, just like learning. But yeah, I did do some programming at college, and I programmed something, but it wasn't that great. It was this little block, probably similar to like Arkanoid and Batty. That's a Spectrum game, like equivalent to Arkanoid. And I don't know if it didn't really do much. The ball sort of went up and it sort of hung, and then it just sort of died, and then that was it. It probably crashed out. But I used Amos a little bit. I didn't get anywhere with it, but I was using Amos a bit. But I was into the vectors, the imaging sort of software, image effects. I spoke about this previously, but it ain't gaming as such, but I would like to do it. I really would like to, know sort of the basics sort of thing. Rather than feeling I'm going to run out of time, I will and not enjoy it because I'll just probably be doing it all the time and not doing anything else. But yeah, I've sort of written a game, but I wouldn't class it as a game because I think it failed miserably. Right, question 4. Do you ever think one day you ever decide to give up YouTube and why? I mean, in all fairness, myself, I mean, so this is the awkward one because I haven't really put myself out. I've just been playing along with it. I didn't expect to be. I mean, I don't expect to be what I am really. I mean, I've just built what I had really. I mean, I was watching YouTube back in 2010, and I thought, you know what? I've still got my Amiga. It's still there, but Luke was born, and then I had nowhere to do anything. But I was watching channels back then, and I thought I could do it, and then it was the confidence. And I think 2013, we went to Malta, and I was having a few beers with Elaine's dad, and I thought, I'm going to do YouTube when I get back. Then went to play, and then, anyway. No, there's no way. I mean, what I said when I started it was, it's a little memory for Luke when he grows up. So he can look back at me, like growing, or grey, I guess. But you know, it's a memory, I guess. I mean, if YouTube goes down, all the videos are pretty much backed up. So I really don't see me doing it. It's just the timing. I mean, a few people's touched on this, and I have touched on this previously. You know, you're up here. When I'm up here, it's freezing. In the winter time, I hardly do anything. Music stopped. Probably found a module that he can't play. The alien breed sounds good. Excuse me again. But as I said, you know, it's cold. My hands are quite cold at the moment now. But as I said, you know, it's all timing. You have family time. Luke's getting older now, and he needs more attention. So, and he wakes up like during the night time as well. So, you know, it's difficult for me filming when he's sort of walking through sort of thing down there. But I haven't heard these modules for. I've been playing about with them, I have, and then some of them didn't work, and I've power packed them back. But I'm just outstanding with them at the moment. but no, I can't see me quitting. Because there's so much I really do want to put in, but as I said, you know, software's been going on. My monitor blew up. I managed to get one off eBay, off a good top eBay seller, Harry, and my speakers went funny, so I had no sound. So I wasn't doing anything with Amiga, and then I just didn't want to come up here once that machine's gone. You know, that's it for me. Well, not it for me. You know, obviously repairable recaps and all that lot, but you know, the heart wasn't in it. I was just thinking, you know, once one thing goes with me, I tend to lose everything, which I shouldn't do. But there's other stuff around here that will keep me going. But you know, as I said, you know, I couldn't keep going. How many hours a week do you devote to making YouTube content? Well, I sort of answered that in the about when I quit, and I like to do more, but I need to commit. I can't, you know, it's one or the other. I do videos when I can, pretty much on a Friday, like tonight. And whether or not it's alright or not, I mean, I've taken this a few times already because I'm a bit out of practice, like face to face with a camera. Because I don't know, I just sort of stopped for a bit and then I carried on. But I'll say about 3 hours in one day to try and get a video right without any jump cuts in it or anything like that. But it's pretty much on a Friday that I would do anything, but I'm pretty much watching. You know, I watch a lot of content when I'm in bed, and it's horrible on the phone because, like, you watch it on the PC, it's easier because you can type when you're watching. On the phone, you generally, when you when you start typing, it says, do you want to, and you watch the video, you say, do you want to cancel do you want to discard your typing? And I just find that annoying because you can't just type and think at the same time. And I forget. I've got to watch it a few times to, especially Alan's videos, you know, or any sort of long talky videos. I've got to re-watch it just to recap and try and comment on what I can on there. But you know, with myself, it's normally a Friday. I try and get something done, like the Tubers High Score Challenge. You know, I'm in there practicing, but I don't actually film it to the last day. It's like it's Rodland tomorrow. I think. Is it Friday or Sunday? Sunday. I haven't touched it. I lost sort of with the Tubers High Score Challenge at the moment, but I'll be back on it and hopefully try and get a few games on it, and hopefully get a video uploaded Sunday night. But you know, again, it's when I can. I didn't devote myself to do content every day or every week or something. I just do it when I can, especially when software and hardware breaks down. It's not even worth it for me because I'm using original hardware. I'm using the real hardware. You know, I could use an emulator, but I feel like what's the point because I've got it here. And I've really just happy doing what I'm doing really. So I mean, it leads on to the last question: will I quit YouTube? It's like, you know, as I said, I'm trying to do what I can, but it's when I can. And that leads, as I said, to the last question. Anyway, probably a bit of a waffle. I need to watch it back and make sure it's fine and everything like that. But I'll leave it there. Just listening to this. And I feel like there's a film going on behind me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Good night.
That's right outside the door. Get back.
I've got to. Amazing.